rewind all that. So these occur once a month, the fourth Thursday of every month, at 4 p.m. And up until about 2 months ago, we would not know who was going to speak until about 2 weeks in advance, and we'd start letting people know. And so we've been doing much better with Eric's support on bringing people in earlier. So we are 2 months out. June, we'll have April Asbury in. And Eric, you can probably explain what she does better because every time I try and explain it, it doesn't seem to come out right.
Find out April from the hospital, April Asbury. She is lived here for about 10 years. She grew up in Pueblo. She spent several years at Salida and decided they had traveled around all kinds of different places, and they just decided that Salida was the place that they wanted to be. And now she is doing a mental health practice over on Highway 50 to help people, you know, here rural areas. So she's going to be talking about mental health access here in Colorado, in the rural areas, and she's also going to be telling us why Saladas where they stuck after all the years it's traveled in California and Oregon and all the other places. That's why they're back.
And then on the fourth Thursday of July, we're going to have Joe and Sarah Walsh, not Joe Walsh from the Eagles, but Joe Walsh, who lives here locally. And they own Liberty Hall over in Two Rivers. So it's interesting. They're relatively new to town, and they are definitely making a mark in what they're doing. They took an investment in Two Rivers. I think it's a little bit longer play. It's not if Two Rivers takes off; it's more like when. And so they got an early investment in over there, and I think it's going to be super interesting to hear what they have to say. And so, for those of you that this is your first time here, this is an event that we do once a month, and the purpose really is because there's just so many people that are new to town that the old timers are like, oh, all those new front rangers are coming in, and then all the new people are trying to figure out how do we fit in. And so we try and go back and forth. We'll have somebody that's lived here their whole life, Seth, and then we'll have somebody like April and Joe and Sarah that have moved here recently, and we'll just continue to keep that rolling. But it's interesting that by the end of the conversation, it always gets back to I just love Salida and I want to get back and I want to lean in. And so, how do I do that better? And I think the more that we know each other and the more we can become connected, that belonging sense of Salida is just going to continue to get bigger, better, and better. So, if you like what you heard tonight, invite all your friends back next time, especially if they're especially grumpy or cranky, and hopefully we can kind of convert them into being, you know, open and transparent and wanting to just be part of our community. So this event is part of a bigger endeavor that my wife Wendy and I are putting on called the Lobby. We named it that because when we purchased this, we'd go up and down the street and say, "Oh yeah, we just purchased that ground floor of the Palace Hotel," and they'd say, "Oh, you mean the lobby?" And we'd be like, "Yeah, I guess that's the name." So, what we do here is Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, 7 to 6, 7 to 7 if you're Andre. Um, we open it up for co-working. And so most of the time these are going to be new to town or people that have a space in their home, but they just don't like spending time with their best friend themselves all day long. And so they want to get out here and be able to enjoy some time with each other. So if you look at our list of lobby events, Monday morning, Wendy always makes a really good batch of muffins. And if she's out of town, Andre steps in and takes over. And everybody seems to like both sets of muffins equally. So, um, Wednesdays we go for mountain bike rides together. Typically, we'll just start from here and go riding up. And then we do these fireside chats on Thursdays. We do something called Wellness Wednesdays. If anybody knows what AccuDetox is, where you put five acupuncture needles into your ears, into both ears, and then you just relax for a while, and it kind of cleanses your system throughout. We lost our detox person because she moved. We didn't lose her like loser. She's still above ground. It just doesn't happen to be in Salida. But Nick just got certified, so he'll be taking over in that role for us. So if you see Nick and you trust him, we would suggest that you come in and have somebody poke needles really close to your brain and see how that feels. And then on Friday mornings, we all walk across street to Chavano, or we have some sort of snack in the morning. So it's just a way for us to bring people together, have a place to stay. We like to think of it as a space. And we've been adding more plants and making it just feel more like a living room, a place that we don't expect you to set up 3 monitors and just program all day long with your head buried. But you pop up, you have conversations about what you did over the weekend, and you just connect. And so that's what we're trying to do in this space. And we are currently full. We just lost somebody. We didn't lose them. They're still above ground, but that worked in the back. So we have a semi-open office back in the back, and then we have a private office that's opening up at the end of June. So other than that, we're here. We want to connect, and we want to make sure everybody feels comfortable. With that, one of our star coworkers, Chris Pierce, and we every month, so we bring somebody in that we want everybody to get to know, and then we try and pick a coworker that can relate to that person, to be the host. And so this month, Chris Pierce is our host, and we're super excited to hear not just what Chris has to say, but how he like goes deep into the soul of Seth to learn everything there is to know about him. So with that being said, let's get her going.
Hello, everyone.